Hello and welcome to Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Capricorn coming out on Saturday. Can't believe it's already Saturday again. And our card is the Magician, and this card is from the Del Toro Tarot deck. And let's see what these tea leaves have to say. My goodness, I immediately see a face right here. It kind of reminds me of almost the Green Man or some kind of wilderness kind of deity or intelligence. It looks pretty wild and really set for winter. maybe it is summer if you are watching from the southern hemisphere. It's summer now. But I just see we have kind of the mouth or a mustache. We have the eyes, and it looks like it's kind of just peering through. I always love when we get the faces in these ones. And so let's just kind of turn this, and we're gonna see what all this kind of means in a larger context. And so if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. Okay. So interesting. These formations really laid nicely. So I kind of want to look at it like this for a second. And immediately I see like kind of an alligator down here. Okay, and then up here we have, and it kind of reminds me of a quail with the kind of ornate head dressing. And so the alligator, oh my goodness. First of all, I always think of, the name escapes me, of the alligator who is part of the weighing of the soul, right? In some of the Egyptian mythology, when a mortal passes into the underworld, right, and is led there by a psychopomp, they go down and they take their heart and they put it on a scale of sorts and they weigh it against a feather. And if the heart weighs more than the feather, which I assume means that they've done, they haven't done the karmic work, I guess, or they've done bad deeds, or I don't know, they were prideful. I'm not sure what exactly the conditions of the heavier heart would be, but then they are fed to that alligator, crocodile, whatever it is. I always forget which ones are bigger, the crocodile or the alligator. Probably, I think the alligator. I feel like the gator is the big one. So I look at this and I do think there's a sense of self kind of analyzing, really looking at the state of affairs. Right? Now we have that magician energy. So this is the world creator, the architect of your own realm, your own reality. Hello, T. Hello, T. Hello. This is our little magician in the house. Are you the little magician? Come on. Oh, and so you come with a hiccup. Thank you. Come here. Are you getting on? Can I hold you? Oh, oi. There we go. All right, girl. No, you don't huff me. I'm going to hold you like a little baby. But you can't bite me. Okay. So, and we have that energy of the magician. So you are very focused on setting up your reality how you want it, right? And not only that, I mean, a lot of it is learning how to master the functions of reality, the systems. If you could think of a magician kind of as like a coder, right? They're somebody who they're working in the matrix. They're, glitching it, they're hacking it, they're doing whatever whatever their will is, right? So basically, I feel like, you're really looking at your life. You are deciding how you want things. How does your spiritual work, your magical work, your religious or occult work, whatever that is, how does that fit into the core of your being? You are not somebody who is just living as, kind of a regular person, and then sometimes, you think about the divine. Sometimes you think about God. Sometimes you think about, how things kind of, are coincidental or synchronistic or whatever. No, you are all in, right? This is your life. You are somebody who is following that magical white rabbit, right? You are down the rabbit hole. And as you have gone down the rabbit hole and you have become further and further initiated in your own way, right? Formally or otherwise, you have to go through these periods of kind of almost self-auditing your situation, your circumstances, how you are living, right? The things that you are thinking about, the things that you are, interacting with, what kinds of inspirations those are bringing into your life. And so let's go over here to the, I was going to say the partridge. It's not the partridge. It is the quail. And the one with the little cute head thing, I'm thinking of like the California quail. It could be any of the quails though. That one's a little more fancy. It has that cute little thing on its head, the little feather. If you've never seen one, look them up. They're really cute. But the quail has a tendency to, now it can fly, right? This is a bird that is able to fly, but it likes to just kind of walk around a lot. This isn't a bird that utilizes its flight as much as maybe other birds do. And so, and they're cute. When they run, they're like little road runners. And their little feet going. And so this is a bird that symbolizes, in my eyes, really being a grounded person. Okay. You have the ability to be in those really, daydreamy, high thinking, spiritual realm. And you do. And you do. But you also are somebody that's really good at living in the material world. You enjoy it. Okay. And so I think this is really a time where you are tying these things together. This is a time where you are really getting that flow. And it almost is like the energy from, like the two of discs, right? That as above, so below, flowing up, flowing down, everything in its right place infinitely. Okay. So, I feel like this is really a time of some intricate self-work, And I think at times it can feel quite brutal. We're seeing both of these symbols look like they have their mouths open. If you can see up here, this one looks like it's almost kind of about to attack something. Now, I don't know if a quail is very aggressive, but it might be. I don't know. I do know that those big old gators can be, right? So we're in a place where, come on, don't linger. Oh, don't linger, you silly. Yes, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know it's getting late. She says, Mommy, let's go. So we're in a place where, yeah, there are times that this energy can feel very confronting. But you know what? There's nobody better at facing the things that are uncomfortable, with a level head than a Capricorn. Okay. You're really, really good at getting through the thing, keeping it together, and then kind of feeling your feelings, right? So I think that this is a time where there is energy being kind of pushed through some of those blockages. Maybe this is a specific thing that has, come up, reemerged. Maybe this is some kind of trauma. Maybe this is, a new situation. I don't know, but I feel that there has really been a turn into making sure that you are living this magical life that I know that you want, and you know that you want it. I think a lot of people that come here to watch videos, there's just something I've noticed so much about the energies, the things that you all talk about with me. Some of the, are you going? Goodbye. Some of the, just go. Some of the repeating things that I see, kind of. And it's just, and I think that really it is. We are attracted to each other when we are in this place of resonance, right? And there is a sense of, we are beacons and we are finding each other in this dark, dark place, in this vast universe of, infinite murkiness. And every once in a while, we see a cluster of lights and we go towards that. We will crawl there if we have to, right? But we'll get there. And speaking of, this one looks like it's kind of crawling right there. So yeah, maybe that's it, really trying to get through the muck of it. Now, let's take a look. I want to see what else. This is such a beautiful bowl of... Now, we do have a 3. And it looks like we have a 2 and a 3. 23. So those are important numbers. And we also have... And right here, I'm seeing, it looks like a person, and this is the face. I see them holding maybe some kind of staff or some kind of instrument. It looks kind of ornate. At the top here, I see a cup. Okay, and out of the cup, it almost looks like there is fire. You can see the body. Here's the foot. It almost reminds me of some kind of, like maybe an elf, some kind of fae. So when I look at this, I think, yeah, it would make sense to me if you are having moments where just kind of strange things are occurring. Finding little things in your home that maybe weren't there before, like a little rock or a stone, or natural materials, I think. Maybe even like a piece of fruit. Although, if it's something really substantial, then I would be careful. Just because I don't want to mislead you to think like, oh, it's just the fae, and it's like really like somebody that's not supposed to be in your home, right? Leaving things. But I think that it's something that, it's kind of like that, the phenomena of finding pennies on the floor, which I was always told they were like pennies from heaven. They were messages from above telling you, hello, I love you. And what I think, honestly, I'm like, thank you for the message. And I also think the message is you want me to, I need to be stretching, right? I need to be stretching down to pick up all of these random coins so my vacuum doesn't suck them up. And so thank you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. You must be sending me a message. But yes, I do. I think that there is this sense of just uncanny, magical, kind of almost, there's some mischief, maybe. Maybe your socks are disappearing, and that maybe they're in the washing machine they get through the edges there and they get into the machine. Or, the fae are taking them. They're just taking your socks. Could be. But whatever it is, I think that you feel it. And it is an energy, I believe, that is protective. They just like you to know that they are there. And so if you are somebody who is very superstitious like I am, you should leave them presents. Now, I've heard that the fae really like egg water. And I thought, what the heck is egg water when I read about this? And what it is when you boil eggs, the water that is left behind that you've boiled the eggs in should be put into a bowl and left out for the fae. I don't know why they like it, but I guess they do. So, let's see. What else do we have? The 23, we have the fae. Okay, and so here we have somebody who's kind of throwing things out, it looks like. And I think that this is going to be a time for getting rid of some stuff. Yeah, I can feel like there is a feeling of, and I think this kind of goes with the crocodile, right? Taking inventory of self. I also think this is really about taking inventory of your living situation. Not if you're going to move or leave or, break up with somebody or something like this. But I do think that it's a time to declutter, okay? And you might be thinking, okay, great. I didn't come to this reading for you to tell me to clean my house. Although I tell you often on here, cleaning is important. It is so important to get rid of stagnant energy in our houses. So I do think a time to declutter some things. We all have our places in our home where we have too many things kind of stacked up, or our closets are getting overwhelming. I am a real big believer in keeping your room as minimal as possible where you sleep. And that's just part of having a healthy sleep cycle. But I also think it's important to have as few things in your sleeping area that hold energy. Okay, so that you really are going into a space that is for you to kind of, as I like to say, time travel. Go to sleep and travel space and time. You don't want a lot of stuff around you while you're doing that. So that's a good place to start. But yes, definitely in the main living areas where you spend your time, okay? Just, start in a corner, do a couple things a day. You know, nothing big. It doesn't have to be an overhaul. I used to be a person that really, like, I would wait and wait and wait. And then one day I would I would declutter for like 8 hours, and I'd clean the whole house and, you know, whatever. And then I would just be so, you know, just destroyed by it. It's just too much, you know. And then it would just get cluttered up again, and you know, and that makes sense. That's the cycle of things. But I think if you try to do one thing every day, maybe do your regular chore routine, but then add on like 5 minutes, clean one drawer out a day, or even just decide, get rid of a couple of things a day, maybe 2, you know, whatever it is. And also trying to get on, and this is something that I've always found pretty helpful. If something comes into your house, something has to leave. If something is brought in, one thing, you know, one for one. One has to go. It has to be donated. It has to be given away. It has to be, you know, whatever. And, you know, sometimes I'm really good at this. Sometimes I'm not. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I really lose it, and I'm just, you know. But yes, I think that's a good way to start managing things. And, you know, where we live, or at least where we spend our time, right? And maybe you spend more time at work or somewhere else, and just keeping it in a state that makes you feel comfortable. Okay, that's important, whatever that means, you know. And each person's idea of what is comfortable is different. So there's no right or wrong way. All right, let's take a look. We have an apple, so that's good. Whenever I see the apple with the little stem, I know that this is going to be a period of feeling well. Okay, some kind of wellness, usually physical, health-wise. And, you know, I always explain this as, I'm not telling you that anything is cured or anything is, you know, all of a sudden something has gone away. But if you live with like chronic pain, if you have, some kind of chronic illness, or, you know, just other things going on, you know, that make you sometimes not feel well. I think that this is a time when I see this apple, it tells me there's going to be a time of ease. Okay, so maybe no flare-ups, or maybe the flare-ups are not as bad as they usually are. Maybe this is a time where, you know, everything is just kind of stable, right? And that's good. That's a good day, right? Yes. So we see that, and we have a serpent down here. We have a person, and I just got this visual here with this one, of kind of just standing outside and staring, just looking into the yard, or maybe like the woods. Maybe you have trees around your house. But I feel like when there is a sense of things being overwhelming, it's really beneficial to you, especially to go outside just for a few minutes even, and just breathe. Okay, just look. Let your gaze go into, you know, that other place. It doesn't have to be that you're staring at anything directly, but you are gazing off. And I think that during this time, especially with all of the holidays, this is coming out on Saturday, and I know there are a lot of different holidays happening, all kinds of different gatherings and so on. This is give yourself permission to disengage and go outside and just stare into, you know, the sky, the trees, the tree line, the ground. You know, I'm a big escape artist when it comes to like gatherings, I will disappear, and I will be, I don't partake in, go. I don't know if I'm allowed, if I should say it on YouTube. I don't know we're allowed to do. But the reason that a lot of people go outside and stand around and, puff away and all that, I don't do that. And I don't do that. So, usually, I go out there and I just stand like, probably like a weirdo, just look at the plants, kind of lurk around the corner of the house where nobody will see me if they walk out, and just kind of breathe, right? Just let it go, let everything go. All of these energies I'm taking in, I'm just going to take a little break, give myself a little treat. And with this serpent here, there is knowledge, okay? There's a sense of, I almost feel like you're going to be sharing your knowledge. And I think that this makes sense if you're going to be around people. I feel like there will be somebody that you are talking to that maybe you will be able to help with your know-how. And I think this is more about maybe whatever field you work in, or something, you have a specialized knowledge of something. And so I think this will be something that holds your interest during this time, and gives you kind of that feeling of purpose within the conversation. Okay, so let's take a look. We have the Happier Me affirmation cards. TT likes them. Obviously, now we know TT is a fan. Okay, TT, let's see. What are these cards going to be tonight? And I'm going to go ahead and flip until it feels right. We're going to look at this. It says, I am able to accomplish anything I set my mind to. It says, what is it that you desire and you haven't succeeded at yet? Divide and conquer. Give yourself time and divide your plan into small pieces. After each victory, you will feel uplifted and ready to do more. Is this about decluttering your closet? Is that what we were just talking about? No, I love it. I think that's good advice, definitely. Okay, Capricorn, thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next video is coming out. And it is free to subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I love reading them. I love getting to know you all. I love hearing from you. And so with that, I'm going to say, I love you. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. During these next couple of weeks, I just want to, remind you, please be vigilant, paying attention, not on your phones while you're driving. People just, it's just something about this time of year, and it's the holidays and everything else. But we must be careful, and I want you to be safe. So please be careful while you're driving. And the other thing, please wash your hands. This is from Mom. Wash your hands. And, there's just so many germs. We're just trying to get over this sickness in our household. My poor daughter, she has such a cough. And, it just, you know what it's like to have kids that are sick or be really sick yourself. And so anyways, as we, come into these places of gathering and being around one another and so on, just make sure that you are, staying hands clean. All right. So I love you again. We'll talk in a few days. Bye.